Hi, this is Caroline Schroeder. I'm here with a little video on how to use the Coptic Scriptorium resources, and particularly how to filter or query our resources so that you only get documents that have had a high level of editorial intervention. In other words, documents that have been run through our natural language processing tools and then finally checked by a person who knows Coptic for accuracy. Many of our documents are run through our natural language processing tools and are fully automatically annotated, meaning that no one has checked the NLP annotations. That's because we have a lot of documents. Some of them are very large, and we simply do not have the human resources to be able to go over every single word with a fine-tooth comb to make sure the natural language processing tools are correct. However, we do have the bandwidth to correct some of them, and this video will show you how to find them. So all of this information about how our materials are processed and whether a person has gone through those annotations, checking for accuracy, all of that information is in the metadata of every document. The important metadata fields are segmentation, which will tell you about the word segmentation, tagging, which will tell you about annotations such as part of speech, lemmatization, language of origin, and normalization. Parsing will tell you about the syntax annotations, otherwise known as tree banking. And the entities metadata field will tell you about entity annotations. Those are the annotations that tell you whether things are people, place, animal, etc. All four of these metadata fields have three options. So the first option is automatic. So if the metadata field for tagging or segmentation says automatic, that means the tagging in the word segmentation has been done purely by our natural language processing tools, and it has not been reviewed by a human. If the metadata field says checked, then it means the annotations from that natural language processing tool, whether it's segmentation, tagging, syntax, or entity annotation, those annotations have all been checked by a human trained in the Coptic language. And then finally, gold means that the document has been very thoroughly checked, and we should expect few to no errors in that document in terms of the annotation and the tagging. To read or query only highly accurately tagged documents, you should filter for gold tagging or syntax. To capture the largest amount of data, even with possible errors or omissions in annotations, you will want to filter for automatic, for word segmentation, tagging, things like that, or just use no filter. Just run your query or filter for your documents as you otherwise would, and don't worry about this. But if you want only the highly accurate documents, you're going to want to filter for gold tagging or syntax. The rest of this video will show you how to do that. Here we are on the Coptic Scriptorium main website. If you're planning to read documents, you'll click on Browse Corpora here in the upper left tile. And that will take us to our interface that allows you to read documents in different visualizations. In order to filter the documents you get by gold segmentation, gold tagging, gold tree banking, you're going to want to click on Advanced Search. Here we are in our Advanced Search interface for our documents. If you look on the right, you'll see a series of metadata fields, and scroll down and you'll see fields like parsing, segmentation, tagging that we talked about a moment ago. I'm going to select gold parsing and gold tagging. And then I'm just going to click search. It will take a moment, but it will pull up all the documents we have in our database that have gold parsing and gold tagging. This has a lot of documents here. So if you want to narrow it down, you could say, okay, I only want to read small documents. So I'm going to also limit it to the Apothegmata Patrum, right? And let's see what comes up for the AP as having gold tagging and gold syntax. And here you see quite a number of our AP do. And if you click on any one of these, you can then read it in the different visualizations, the diplomatic, the manuscript transcription, a normalized, which has links to the Coptic dictionary for each of the words, or an analytic, which will provide the Coptic text plus various annotations embedded in it. And you can get rid of those annotations if you don't want them by unchecking the boxes. Notice that also in this view, we have metadata. Parsing is gold. Segmentation is gold. Tagging is gold. So if you are just reading a random text, right? So let's say you want to read Besa's letter to Aphthonia. You can go look down and see, okay, is this gold? Yes, this is gold. So when I read the analytic version, these are highly likely to be fully accurate annotations for part of speech, the entities. And if you're interested in tree banking, I'll show you in the next part of this video how you can see the tree banks, and those would be gold as well. So let's say you want to do a search in our database and you want to limit your search. So you want to search for words, you want to search for annotations. You want to limit that search to hits that are only in gold quality documents, right? Gold quality syntax parsing, gold quality tagging. You're going to want to click on the ANIS database here and the search interface to query our database. And you can query words and you can query annotations. If you're interested in the queries, we have a tutorial here online as well. So I want to search for verbs that have Greek loanwords in them. So I'm going to search for part of speech equals verb that overlaps with a language annotation that is Greek. To filter my results by only documents that have gold level annotations, I'm going to add to this query language the metadata field, which is meta : and then the metadata field is parsing equals gold. Then I'm going to select the corpus or corpora I would like to use. So I'm going to, because I like Shinuta, I'm going to select all the Shinuta corpora, which is a lot right now, and hit search. And this will pull up all of the words that either are Greek loanwords or have Greek loanwords in them in the Shinuta corpus in documents that have gold level parsing. There are 5 documents and 32 hits. And you can see some of these are loanwords in compounds, like erkrea, but this is a verb that is simply a Greek verb, metanoia. And if you want, you can see more information about the annotations by opening up the annotation grid. There's our Greek word, metanoia, and it's a verb. And you can also look at that tree bank, that gold level parsing by opening up the syntax button. If you ever forget to add that meta to the query, you can still run your search, and then you can look in the metadata of the document to see whether it's gold, automatic, or checked. So each one of these hits has a little I next to it. Click on the I, and it will give you all the metadata for the document. And you can see for this one, parsing is automatic. Segmentation and tagging, though, have been checked. Oh, checked. So let's say you want to look at documents that are either checked or gold. You can do that too. Meta. We'll do tagging because it's more likely that the tagging has been checked than the parsing has been checked. So we'll do tagging equals, and then I'm going to use regular expressions, gold or checked. I'm going to rerun my search. And I'm betting it's going to be less than 518 and more than 32. And it is 456 hits. So this is even, this is a bigger set of documents, a bigger number of hits, a lot more data that's been checked or gold than was just gold. So that gives you a pretty good collection of material or information that you can use that has been looked over by a human who knows Coptic. I hope this information has been helpful to you. Please let us know. And again, we always like to thank our funders, without whose support we couldn't do any of this. Thank you so much.